Hi friends, and welcome to my sketchbook tour number 3. I'm very happy to welcome you back to my channel, and today we are going to observe this little guy. So first of all, it's a very simple sketchbook, A5 size, and it's very simple, very cheap. It has brown paper, and I think it is about 100 pages. I started this sketchbook on November 2018 and I finished it on 20th February 2019. So I think it's like roughly a year sketchbook. In the beginning I was using some prompts to draw, and one of the prompts was an astronaut in the forest. So I just experimented with different types of astronaut suits. Yeah, basically that. I drew a little doggy here, and my inspirations for the forest were like this trees out of mushrooms. I think I have an artwork on Instagram, and I will try to include it here, what was my final outcome from this. Next we have another prompt from the same list, which was corrupted book, and it was a bit challenging but also fun at the same time. So here I drew like these hands coming out of the book, some crystals coming out of the book, just simply a woman reading some mysterious book. Yeah, something like this. But that was the end for my basically my following of those prompts. And I just decided to draw more of the backgrounds. So I would find my inspiration on Pinterest and would just draw these little sceneries, which some of which were much more simple and some were very complex. And as much as frightening these things can be, after years not looking at it and suddenly looking at it, I feel very good because it's definitely cute and there is something about it, and if I will put my mind into it, it could become very beautiful artwork. Anyways, moving on, we have a little bit more of the backgrounds, but I incorporated my perspective studies in here, so it would be more technical, more realistic maybe in a way. Over here I was reading the book also about art, so I would just put whatever inspirational things I found or interesting things into this sketchbook. Over here we have some perspectives, and this is the point when I traveled to visit my mom. It was airport, so I drew like a plane. I drew what I saw through my window, and it was actually a good opportunity for me to practice my perspective, basically. Yeah, I don't know why my voice is like this today. I also like this stewardess that was serving us on that day, so I decided to quickly sketch her, and I stared at her a lot, so I guess I was a creep, but who cares? She saw that I was drawing, so I guess that's fine. Some outlines of the island that I was going to, and this was most probably from magazine that were in the plane, and I just drew whatever of the reference. Next we went to the waterfalls with my mom to swim and chill, and I just basically drew whoever I saw there. So there were a bunch of people wearing different clothes, doing different poses, so as much as I could, I drew that. Also, we went to some hotels just to see and observe around surroundings, and this was a pool with some birdie, and this is this thingy that they put on the beach to chill in. Then this is a bar by the pool. Over here I think these are characters of some movies, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe the TV series that I was watching at that time. So I was trying to like be all like cool and try to draw people while watching actually the TV series. It was super difficult, but yeah. I mean, I'm not very happy with the outcomes, but most probably if you're not new to my channel, you know that people is not my strength. Anyways, next, over here is some like tree garden fairy. Then this is actually at our place. There is a lamp and we have like all this CDs collection here. And this is an airport crowd divider. This section I drew on the plane itself. I don't know why that section in newspaper or in a magazine had like a bunch of different lamps, so I was just like using them as references and basically putting them into my sketchbook. Over here it's our botanical garden here in Penang, and we went there to chill and just see nature, and there was like this huge bamboo tree which was very pretty, so I decided that it was a good opportunity for me to just like sketch it out. And again, I look back at it now and I really like it. Over here we have a very interesting plant from the very same botanical garden. So it's called a cannonball tree, if I'm not mistaken, and it gets its name from its very big and spherical fruits. The fruits drop onto the ground when they're mature and they release like this stench, basically rotting aroma, stating that it's ready to like it's basically ripened, if I'm correct. Anyways, yeah, but the flowers go all over my words suddenly stop working. They go around the tree and they're very beautiful and they smell really, really nice. So yeah, this was a very nice little thing to draw. Then we have some noses, some vase. Yeah, I guess I was just experimenting with whatever I could find on internet and just referencing that. Some hair, more hair studies. This is actually an attempt to draw what I see out of our window using some new gouache, which was like super cheap. I don't know, like it was very, very cheap, and I was like trying to lay it onto this cheap paper and just see how it blends. It didn't blend very well. I can see that now. It's like most likely to be used for blocking the colors rather than creating gradients. So yeah, that's basically the result. Then I have some cactuses and some more inspirational quotes. Over here I took my sketchbook to the pool and I just sketched it out real quick. So I was trying to force myself to draw more things around me. Next, my friend went to Japan and she brought me some sweets, so I decided to document this too. I used some tissue to experiment with markers and it created this interesting effect. So yeah, this is pretty cool. I think I would want to do something like this on a like larger scale, mixed media, but I'm really not sure what it is. Over here I didn't complete the painting, a sketch, but definitely it would be something interesting if I would really like force myself to draw, because I guess we didn't have much time. I was sitting in the car waiting, and by the time I was like halfway there, we had to go. So it's like abandoned. Over here is the kimchi recipe, one of my favorite ones. And don't try to like zoom in into this. I'm going to leave my recipe in the description below. So if you're interested, you can just go to my WordPress blog and just use it for your own cookings because it's really good. So try. Then it was a full moon, and I basically drew it covered and also open. So you can see that this particular gouache, I need to find the name. If I'm not mistaken, maybe it was even Daiso, and it was like ridiculously cheap. It did its job, but definitely not how I like to use gouache, basically. More perspectives, some cute little landscape with sunset. It still looks good. I mean, I think if you're a beginner and you want some cheap gouache, you can buy it, but don't know. Here also, with all my skill, I did manage to achieve this, but then still blendings were a bit off. Some leaves. As you can see here, I just had to block in the colors so it doesn't look as bad. So maybe different things have different purposes. Some cup of tea with a view. Then we have a gecko. God, I love these creatures. They're so cute. This gecko in particular, they're called fat-tailed gecko, and fun fact about them is that similar as other lizards, they equipped with ability to lose their tails when threatened or attacked, and their new tail actually will have to be grown a bit more rounder and similar to their head. So this is like very interesting about them. I found this picture on Pinterest and I couldn't resist and I drew it, and I think it's super cute. Alienist, I was also doing the same thing with the previous TV series. I was just like looking at the characters and trying to sketch them very quickly. If you go and you like check the references, maybe you will find it similar to these guys, but yeah. Anyways, same for these guys. Just moving on, here I have beautiful flowers. Over here I started to use watercolors already, and these are some flowers, and this is where my art block starts. And it starts like, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is not awful or whatever, but pink dumplings, a dog, a mushroom, and a cricket, like what? I don't even understand what was happening here. I'm not sure. Also still, my hands and my brain decided to not work together at this point. So I'm like trying to go back to studies and like all things that I used to do, but they are not working out, and tada, this happens. And I guess at this point I was like kind of fed up with the gouache, because like I wanted to finish it as fast as I could because it wasn't working as I wanted to be. Here is also near by the pool. Basically the swimming pool is here, and these are like the shower heads and like some little trees and stuff. Experimented with some skin tones, with some new watercolors, and then I continued most probably with the watercolors from this point on. Some lady with blue hair, then this one is the blue jay, if I'm not mistaken, yeah, the blue jay. I have never seen this bird in real life, but I was doing some bird studies, and these birds were like incredibly beautiful. So I did a lot more of them, and I have one huge sketchbook, and I have very, very nice sketches of different birds. So most probably I'm going to post it later. So it's going to be my 4th sketchbook tour. So just stay tuned if you're interested. This is a very cute spread. I like how I extended the tree, and this owl is so pretty, and I actually started to love how these watercolors interact with this paper, because this paper is incredibly thin. It's like, it's nothing. It's very easy to tear, and it's very simple paper, but it handled the watercolor extremely well. It's very lightweight, it has so many pages, so I'm very happy with this sketchbook. Like for the use that I was using it, it's like carrying it everywhere, taking it out and putting it back so often, and the maximum it tore is like this much. I don't know if you can see, like it's really durable too. So yeah, and even like large spaces, when I was filling them up with watercolors, it still would take the water very well. It would still let me blend, especially if it's like very wet, it would do the job properly. So definitely nice. Some more attempts to fill up large spaces and see how much it's going to wrinkle, and this is surprisingly how much it did. So you judge. For me it was perfect. If you think that's not good enough, yeah, you can go with more expensive watercolor paper. At that moment I just wanted to sketch and not be scared. This was some Russian TV series, and I think these were two like daughters, and this was like mother. I don't remember what was the story, but I just picked one very randomly, and I wanted to draw these random characters from a random TV series to like experiment a bit more with human. So yeah, basically this is the outcome. After that we have these cuties. These are actually she's my classmate, and I saw this picture of her and her boyfriend, and they look so cute, so I was like, I have to draw them, and I just did it with watercolors. Some bread studies, and we come back to my favorite animal. We have cat studies, more cat studies. This particular part I love, like little cat pose and remaining dough and a cup of tea here. It's very cute. More cats and more cats. And at this point we traveled to Thailand, so I guess whatever from this point is going to be done in Thailand. And I was actually working with all these like different characters, and I think daily I would draw like a few. My goal was during that period to finish up my last pages, because I hate leaving sketchbook with empty pages. Although like I have the syndrome of a new sketchbook, still I'm trying to force myself. Even like if I'm very forgetful of the sketchbook that I already like used, I still come back into that sketchbook and like finish it off like with some random sketches. Yeah, so basically we have this like cuties over here, like this lady with different birds around her, this little woman getting married with some lilies. I love actually this part, it was so good. I was trying to experiment with the transparency also here, like if I can achieve anything. Yeah, it was just nice. This little girl, very cute. This was just like landscapes. When we were walking around, I would just grab it out and draw it real quick. This crazy guy, I don't know what was. This yoga meditating lady. Over here we have like some horse, and we have some little dino, rose, dog. I don't know, most probably it was my another art blog. Yeah, art blog. And I just wanted to chill and draw something very basic. And then after that I came back to drawing my cute little ladies. This too, this was actually mother and this was a son, and I saw them at the like this, I don't know, we were sitting at one of the attractions in Thailand, and the mother was wearing this like outrageously cute outfit, and I just sketched her real quick without like any color, and she had like this leg bandage, this cute little dress thingy, shorts, and like bow, and I was like, oh, it has to be in my artwork. And this boy also, she basically like mother and son most probably, and he was wearing like tank top and little shorts, and he was carrying a car, but I drew a boat. So these are two like real characters basically. Little bit of nudity. I'm not sure if Facebook is going to censor this, but yeah, this little lady, this cutie, and like a lily lady. I don't know. I love each one of these guys. They're perfect. Like to me, my brain was working so nicely in Thailand. I don't know what was the motivation, but it was great. And then this lady and this pretty woman. I was thinking it was like a waterfall, and she's like, just take my picture or whatever. This like Amazon. I don't know how to say in Russian. We say Amazonka. Then over here I used some washi tapes. So I guess you can see here still the patterns. It was fun. I liked it. But I did rip the paper though a bit. It's okay. It's a sketchbook. Yeah, more of this. More of this. And this. I love whole figure of this girl. More of these guys. And another thing that I tried not to do with these guys is the line art. You will not see me using any fine liners, and it's another like interesting exercise to do to avoid the art liners basically. So yeah, these are my ladies, and they're super cute. And if you like them, please give me a like, subscribe. Thank you so much for being with me, and have a nice day.